Does JD Vance know what's happening in the administration he's vice president of? Watch this. We'll be right back to talk about it.
To try to silence him and shut him up. And then consider, just yesterday, one of the chief surrogates of of Kamala Harris's campaign is Hillary Clinton. And you know what Hillary Clinton said yesterday? She said that misinformation should be met with criminal penalties. That we ought to throw people in jail and silence them if they say something that Hillary Clinton disagrees with. And here's the thing. If you're willing, my friends, if you are willing to throw a person in jail because you disagree with what they say, then you're going to be willing to put a bullet in their head too. So the Democrats, I call on every leader in this country, not just tone down the rhetoric, but tone down the censorship.
Are you fucking kidding me? If you're willing to put somebody in jail because you don't like what they have to say, you're willing to put a bullet in their head, we need to tone down the censorship. Motherfucker, your administration is plucking people off of the fucking streets who are in this country legally because they don't like what they have to say. Holding them in ICE detention centers thousands of miles away from where they were in defiance of a judge's order, and then defending that by saying, yeah, we just revoked her visa. Watch this.
Freedom of speech, perhaps the most American of all our rights. There's a reason it's listed first in the amendments to the Constitution. It is one reason why people leave countries where saying the wrong thing might get you snatched off the street by secret police to come live, work, and be educated here. People like Ramesa Ozturk, a Tufts University doctoral student and Fulbright scholar who is here on a student visa from Turkey. Last night, we showed you the horrifying video of Ozturk being basically abducted by plainclothes law enforcement in unmarked cars and masks hiding their faces. A judge issued an order not to move her out of Massachusetts, but she was taken to Louisiana anyway, where she still is, as far as we can determine. The judge, who had given the government until Friday to respond to Ozturk's lawyers, has now ordered them to respond today. In the meantime, we already got a dismissive yet telling preview of the government's case.
We revoked her visa. She said it's an F1 visa, I believe. We revoked it, and here's why. If you apply for a visa to enter the United States and be a student, and you tell us that the reason why you're coming to the United States is not just because you want to write op-eds, but because you want to participate in movements that are involved in doing things like vandalizing universities, harassing students, taking over buildings, creating a ruckus, we're not going to give you a visa. If you lie to us and get a visa and then enter the United States and with that visa participate in that sort of activity, we're going to take away your visa. And once you've lost your visa, you're no longer legally in the United States, and we have a right, like every country in the world has a right, to remove you from our country.
Okay, the government does have a right to revoke visas, but this is how we're doing it? Really? You can't call her and tell her it's revoked? There are hundreds of thousands of students who come to this country every year on visas just like Ramesa Ozturk. Elon Musk was one of them. And part of campus life is engaging in public discourse around issues at your school. And all of those people have free rights under our Constitution, whether they are citizens or not, whether they're on a visa or not. I am reminded of an interview with the late conservative Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia.
To whom does the First Amendment apply? Do undocumented immigrants have the 5 freedoms?
Oh, I think so. I think anybody who's present in the United States has protections under the United States Constitution.
Anybody who's present. If you chill the free speech for non-citizens, it chills it for everyone.
And there was no indication that she was involved in anything violent. She wrote pieces that were unflattering of the President of the United States, I believe, and pieces, I believe, that were pro-Palestinian. Not pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian. And that's the distinction that people on the right always confuse. If you're for the Palestinian people, you must be for the terrorist organization Hamas. That's not the case. Having said that, JD, this is happening in your administration. Now, that was a clip of JD Vance from back on the campaign trail, but my guy, where is that energy now that your administration is literally yanking people off the streets, violating their First Amendment rights? How about you tone down the rhetoric? How about you tone down the censorship? How about you tone down the Gestapo tactics, rolling up on people in the street at 5 o'clock in the evening as they roll out of their apartment with masks on and uncovered vehicles, just yoinking people off the goddamn streets. I did a video yesterday telling people, especially immigrants, get armed. How do you know who those people are? Somebody with no identification and a mask in an unmarked car comes up to you to grab your wrists, pull out your weapon, and do what the Republicans have always told you to do, and stand your ground. Put 2 in his chest and call a lawyer.